He's an idiot, knows nothing about theater. Who let this idiot out of the house? All right, welcome back. And today I'm going to be being taught by my good friend Emily Earle. She went to school at St. Clair College for entertainment technology. And Emily, what are you going to teach me today?
I'm teaching you all about lighting.
Okay. Now, I
Yeah.
do have a bit of a confession to make. Emily and I actually, she did a crash course with me 2 years ago when we worked on a show together, and I
Yeah.
helped with some technical work. So I am not completely green on this subject. But Emily, take it away.
Thanks. Okay, so when it comes to lighting, you kind of just want to think about the most important things, and that's kind of what are you lighting? Is it going to be a church setting? Is it a motivational speaker? Is it a rock band?
Okay.
Um, and then you want to think about the space. Uh, do you have room to set up 60 lights, or can you do 100? Is
Right.
there going to be an audience, or is it cameras? Um, and then last and importantly, you want to think about your budget, because lighting can be expensive.
Does the expense come from like certain parts of like the event that you're doing, like whether it's like you say a rock show or whatever you're doing, like can certain sections of the show be more expensive to do than other sections of the show?
Oh, definitely. It kind of depends on the different types of shows. Some rock shows might put all their budget in pyro.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so yeah, it just definitely depends on the different types, because some shows, like if it's just like one person speaking, like a motivational speaker, it might just be one light,
Yeah, like
uh,
the spotlight.
the spotlight, and then you're focused on the sound and making sure their voice is heard. So yeah, it's definitely depends on the situation.
Right.
Yeah. So once you get that figured out, then maybe you want to start looking at lights. So there's two different types of lights. That's categories that lights can fall into. There's conventionals and then LEDs. The LEDs are more the ones you see today at like rock shows. They're all the flashy colors. So conventionals typically are older. They are cheaper, um, and they produce a lot of heat.
Right.
Um, but they are cost effective. So if you're doing a smaller show and you don't necessarily have a bigger budget, that is definitely the way to go.
Can they break
Um,
faster because they heat up so much?
yes, yeah. So the only thing is they're cost effective, but they require a lot of maintenance. So
Yeah.
you'll be buying them a lot more. Typically, if you have people like spotlights, if you have people working them, they're going to need gloves. And handling them is a little bit of a mess.
You're
And
gonna
I
need,
know,
you're gonna need your PPE for sure.
yeah, for you, obviously, I know you can feel it. It gets hot up on
Oh,
stage,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
hot for me, like with the light shining on me. It has to be exponentially hotter near the light.
yeah. So those are kind of conventionals, the rundown on that. They come in all different sizes. Some of the older ones were absolutely huge, very, very heavy.
Yeah.
But these days you can get quite smaller ones and for a good price. So
Um,
that's
so then what is the so obviously LEDs would be more expensive, but what would be the I guess the pros of using an LED over
yeah.
a
So moving on to LEDs. LEDs, they are a little bit more expensive up front, but LEDs can last a lot longer. They
okay.
don't use as much energy, so you're saving money in the electricity department. And most of the times, you might be done with the light before the light's done with you.
Oh, okay.
They will last. They have a lot more hours in them, so a lot less maintenance. Obviously, produce a lot less heat.
Okay.
So that's why you see a lot of theaters are moving towards them. A lot of concert venues and stuff like that, because yeah, it's a lot more friendlier for the people using them and the people that they're being used on.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Of course.
yeah. For LEDs, they can kind of come in 3 different categories in itself. We
Okay.
have the par cans, so those are kind of more the circular ones. We have the strip bars or LED bars, and then moving heads. So those are the ones that circle all around. They blink all different ways and can do different stuff.
Okay.
So those are kind of the 3 different categories, like main categories LEDs will fall into. And then inside of each of those, you know, you've got different subcategories, and then it gets all crispy and like it's like burning toast basically. It does not smell good. It looks bad. You gotta like scrape it off a little. It was not very good. So
and that's the first year's job, is to clean that, right? So
oh, absolutely, yeah.